It was all systems go, at least for Ward 13 in Tlokwe. The only ward the Electoral Court ruled may continue with the by-elections. However, just hours before the voting booths opened, the IEC canned the polls, including those in the Western Cape, Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal. All political parties are up in arms, albeit for different reasons.
I want to express a grave concern, both with the decision of the Electoral Court and that of the IEC, in terms of its practical implementation, because it must not result in excluding people constitutionally who are supposed to vote, particularly those who come from informal settlement who don't have addresses, for an example. So whatever it is done, it must not deny their inalienable right, especially as citizens of the country, of their right to vote. But however, the ANC is seeking a legal advice, what action to take subsequent to this decision.
This is the second time a court has ruled against the IEC on the same issue. The Commission is yet to indicate whether it would appeal the latest ruling. However, this judgment has brought its credibility into question yet again.
It's a concern for all of us as South Africans, because by-elections also act as a way to prepare us for local government elections. And if the IEC is showing that they can't deliver on these elections, it does put a threat to our entire democracy.
If you have elections or by-elections and people who are not supposed to vote in those elections come and vote and influence the outcome of that election, what it does is that the right of those people to be heard is now destroyed, it is stifled.
This court challenge was brought by the candidates contesting the Tlokwe by-elections independently. For them, this is a second victory after successfully taking on the IEC at the Constitutional Court.
So we cannot continue to say the IEC is independent. We cannot continue to say we must all have confidence. They must be supported with impunity. It doesn't just arise. So we no longer have confidence in the IEC.
However, this ruling has greater implications for the ruling party, considering that the Tlokwe Council has a sitting this coming Friday.
It is clear that Friday's council meeting is going to be a very challenging one. At this point, the majority is in favor of the opposition parties and specifically the independents, 23 against 22. And if we look at the potential scenario, we may see a motion of no confidence going against the mayor.
Should that happen, it would be a case of deja vu. In 2012, Maphetla was voted out as mayor and replaced by the DA's Annette Combrink. Aldrin Simpier, SABC News, Johannesburg.